Hi, and welcome to another episode of Essential Lightroom. In this week's video, we're going to be taking a look at how to create the very popular orange and teal look. Now, this is a very popular effect on Instagram and a lot of other photo sharing sites, so I'm going to show you how easy it is to create this effect very quickly inside Lightroom. So this is the end result that we're going to work towards, and I'm going to show you exactly how to create it. So let's take a look at the before. As you can see, it's a decent looking image, but we can very quickly make it look a little bit more interesting just by using this orange and teal effect. And again, the after. Okay, so let's reset this back to the starting point. So now we've got the image exactly as it was taken. Now there's a couple of ways you could do this, and I'm going to show you the quickest and easiest, and that's by using the camera calibration options. Now obviously you could go in and use the split toning or the HSL sliders, but this is just the quickest and easiest way of achieving the same effect. So all we need to do is open up the camera calibration settings, and in there we're going to come down first of all to the blue primary. And we're going to take that all the way over to the left hand side, and that's going to give us our nice teal look. And as you can see, it's a little overpowering, but we will deal with that in a moment. So the next thing we want to do is bring in the orange colors. So what we're going to do is come to the red primary, and in this instance we're going to take this over to the right, increase this until you get a kind of balance that you like. Somewhere in the region of 40 to 60 kind of gives a good balance point. So I'm going to leave it around 55. So let's take a look at before and after. So you can see we've got those lovely teal colours, the orange especially in the sky with the clouds really does help to stand out. And that's all there is to getting the basic colour alterations. There's a couple of things I want to do to take this and make it look a little bit more interesting. So in this example, I think the colour is just a little bit too overpowering. So what I'm going to do is come back up to the basics panel, and in there we're going to grab the saturation slider and we're going to desaturate the overall image to taste. So I'm going to bring this down until I kind of find a balance that I like. Around minus 30 seems to work pretty well, so I kind of like that. Maybe push it a little bit back up, maybe around 25, just so we retain some of those stronger colours. That's looking pretty good, I like that. Next thing I want to do is give it a bit more clarity. I want to get some more contrast into the overall image just to make it stand out and pop a little better. So it's going to increase the clarity, about plus 25, somewhere around there to give it that nice contrasty look. That's pretty much where I want it to be. So the final thing I want to do now is just jump down to the tone curve, and in there we're going to flatten out and take out some of the blackness and the white areas. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a couple of points in on the intersecting sections, and I'm going to come up to the dark area, the black point in the image, and I'm going to grab that, bring that up and drag it in, and you see that when we do that we start to crush those blacks. So this is kind of where I want it to be, so we get that sort of nice retro kind of style. And if you want to, depending upon the image, you can do exactly the same for the white point. So you can make sure that you kind of flatten those whites out as well. Completely optional. Now if you want to adjust or tweak this, you've got the shadow information, you've got the midtones, and you've got the highlights. So you can adjust this to get it exactly where you want. So if you want to reduce the amount of sort of punch in the midpoint, you can do that by dragging that down. Or you want to lighten things up, you can just basically lift that up. Same with the shadows. If you want to bring those up a little bit, if they're looking a little too dark, you can do that quite easy just by bumping that section up. And you can create a nice S-curve by dragging the highlights down. Like I say, this is the kind of thing you're going to edit this based upon the image that you're currently working with. And that's I kind of like that there. So if we just look at before and after. So it kind of flattens those black areas down, helps to focus the image and balance it out. And then the very final thing I'm going to do, which again is a completely optional step, I'm going to jump down to the effects and I'm going to put a bit of a vignette in there just to darken the edges off and draw your attention to the sort of solitude that this kind of character in the middle has. So we're just going to drag that down, brings your attention through to exactly what the center point of the image is, which is this person looking out over this magnificent view. And there we go, that's it. So this is where we started, and this is where we've ended up. And hopefully what you can see is it is very quick and very easy to do. So here's another great example of using exactly the same technique, some slight alterations in the adjustment that I've done in the tone curve based upon the image that we're doing. But you can see this has a great sort of autumn, fall kind of look and color scheme to it. And if we take a look at the before and take a look at the after, you can see it's a really nice stylized image that looks great. Anyway, that's all there is to this technique. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all the new content we add every single week. For any comments, questions or feedback on this video or anything else covered on the channel, please pop those in the comment section below. And until next time, take care.